Hi, I'm Carrie.
I'm Chemda.
And we are Gilmore Friends.
At GilmoreFriends.com. Let's get
GilmoreFriends.com.
into... Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Go to GilmoreFriends.com. But right now, let's go to episode 8 of season 1.
8.
I love that we're still on season 1. I feel like I forgot that, I tend to forget that seasons are pretty long. So
yeah, aren't there like 75 episodes per season of this show?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh no, we're already on 8. And then I'm like, oh no, we have like 3 times that in a season. So
yeah, 25 years ago, they just went for it. They didn't make each episode like a movie production. So we only got 10.
Yeah.
They had smaller production.
Exciting. So this is your first town meeting.
Yes.
And I have a quote from you while we were watching. I wrote this down.
Okay.
When the town meeting was done, you said that was boring and exciting at the same time.
Yes.
I love that.
Do you not feel that was like when cold open, we're at a town meeting and I was like, oh, it was so boring.
Well, I feel like that's so... I never thought of it that way, but it must be so exactly what Amy Sherman-Palladino wanted, because Rory and Lorelai are sitting there with like practically movie popcorn. I forget what they were eating, but they're always like drinking and eating. And they're doing that in the town meeting, waiting for the boring stuff to get exciting because people get upset at silly nonsense. Yes. So I feel like that's what you felt. So I think they nailed
it. They nailed it. Yeah. Rory's literally eating a hot dog. Mm-hmm. Lorelai has some sort of styrofoam cup. Remember, we had styrofoam cups back in the early aughts.
That's right. We were allowed to.
And
Luke is
somebody early on, and I forget who, said lava lamps mean that that you use drugs, which means that Lane uses drugs.
That was Dosey of Dosey's Market, the guy that you thought was the mayor last time.
Right, because he has that vibe. And then this show did what I think is one of the funniest tropes in any show, and I think I've said this to you before, where a character will introduce themselves to the audience of the watching show by saying, I'm the mayor of this town. And we got one in this episode, and I clocked it, and I love it because TV is hilarious. And there's no better way to introduce a character than by them walking up and saying who they are.
As mayor of this town.
As mayor of the town. I love it. And we got one, and I wrote it down.
And I have to ask you, what did you think of Luke losing his mind over the reenactment? So I wrote down,
why does he come to these?
Because he's a business owner.
Okay. But he knows this is coming. Right? Like, he knows that they're going to do the Battle of Stars Hollow.
Yeah.
And he knows he doesn't like it.
I mean, when you think about it, why does Luke stay in that town? People harass him to make decorations he's not interested in. Why does he own a diner when he thinks it's going to clog people's arteries to serve them a hamburger? Why is he at the town meeting when he thinks all of them are frivolous and ridiculous? But I think we find out later, right?
Because he likes Lorelai.
Well, no, it's like during the reenactment, you saw that soft part of him. He's so anti this stuff.
I have many notes about that reenactment.
Okay, cool. So
we're
going to
get to that.
Okay.
I wondered why Luke came to the town meeting. I guess because he's still involved, right? And he wants his his say. And I get it. Have you ever been to a town meeting?
I did once, a Queen's town meeting. It was very, very boring. A lot of people came. And I voiced a gripe. They followed up one time, and then I never heard from them again. It was about a co-op that I thought was was misusing their money, and they were known for it. And it was just, so I wanted to put it on the books that, hey, somebody should be looking into this. This is hurting Queens, New York.
Cool. Mm-hmm. That's why you go to town meeting. I have also been to exactly one town meeting.
Oh, yeah.
For the same sort of thing, the gripe. However, you are better than me because I went virtually.
Oh, we didn't have virtually.
It was during the pandemic. During the pandemic, there was this big development thing that was going to go up in Queens, and people were really outraged on both sides. Like, it wasn't a clear, like, the people say this, the people say that. The people were divided. So I went to go see what I thought. I really hadn't made up my mind yet. So I attended this town meeting during the pandemic. It was virtual. And by the end of the town meeting, I had sided with the people, like with the don't build.
And it
I
built
decided
anyway?
with the not in my backyards.
Did it build anyway?
They not the plan they originally had.
Oh.
And that was what we wanted. We said it was too big and too fast. We wanted something there.
They listened?
What's that? Yeah. Well, it's funny because like things like this take years, right?
Yeah.
So they're still demolishing things they said they were going to, but the plans of what they're building there is now anyone's guess. Like we don't know. But they wanted to build like a 47 story building. And
to me that doesn't get stopped in New York, so I'm pretty amazed.
Yeah, no,
I don't think you're better than
and like
me.
it's not like we didn't want any housing there. We just didn't. It couldn't be so big, and we wanted more guarantees for affordable housing.
That's incredible. I just said I don't think you're better than me, but I meant I don't think I'm better than you. You went during a pandemic. You zoomed in when you were probably sick of zooming in, and you were on this like really interesting side. But so that's why I think he goes. I think he doesn't want to miss if the town votes one way or another on something.
There's no internet feed to watch it from home.
Right. And he's right across the street from the town meeting, basically.
Yes. It did make me wonder, and don't answer obviously, but it made me really wonder what the population of Stars Hollow is. Is it 25 people and they're all in this room? Or is it 7,000 people and we're seeing the hits here in this room? Hold on, I have to turn my phone off. There we go. That's real, people. That's real. Yeah. So I wrote, what is the population of this town? It's very weird. Then we have the opening. We cut to Lorelai really high on, she's done some MDMA. She's smelling air.
It's a different kind of white powder. She's high on snow.
She is getting high on snow. She's sniffing the air. She's all giggly. Snow is magical. And
now when I showed you like the 25 or 30 images that were based on Gilmore Girls, one of them was a snowflake because she smells snow. Like she predicted when it would start. She opened the window when it's freezing. This is like a real thing for Lorelai. So we hit on like a magical part of Gilmore Girls that Gilmore fans are very much into, and that it's the phrase is "I smell snow." Like that.
I smell snow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay. I mean, did this show like move the needle on people who love/hate snow?
I mean, I don't like the winter, but this episode, she does make snow
cozy.
Like, she makes it not as uncomfortable and like, ugh, now I gotta, shovel, and like magical stuff kind of does happen, and she thinks the snow is for her, and it's like she's high on something. And
she's completely out of her mind.
She snorted some snow.
Yeah, she snorted mad
I caught
snow.
The fever. Yeah.
Yeah, she feels great. And she keeps playing over Max's message on, and the kids won't remember, but we used to have what's called answering machines. And it was a whole separate device that recorded messages.
And your whole family can hear what message people are leaving.
Yes, it was one device per household or phone line.
It was on a speaker. And by the way, I didn't have an answering machine at least until I was like a teenager, possibly an adult at my parents' house. Like they just didn't bother. We had a rotary phone for a really long time.
Wait, so the phone would just ring and ring and ring? Nobody
could ring and ring.
And you couldn't leave a message. Nope. So you couldn't screen calls. You couldn't wait to see who it was and then pick up. That's what we did. We had the ones that had cassette tapes in them. Two tapes, one for outgoing, one for incoming, right? And the outgoing was my mom's voice, like, hi, leave a message at the tone. And the incoming was all the messages. And so we could screen the call, see who was calling, and then pick up or not. So a lot of the messages were, hey, this is Dad. If you're there, pick up. Oh, I guess you're not there,
Right.
A lot of those.
And then we got clever. Like when I was an adult, I helped with my boyfriend's answering machine at one point. We did a Robin S. song. So he was a DJ. Thank you very much. And so we looped the thing. And oh, baby, if you want me, you got to leave a message. Leave me a message. But now you got to go through like, leave me a message. And I repeated through, but people were so high off themselves and how cute they were for outgoing messages.
Yes.
So yeah, at some point they added a button that says skip this outgoing message. Yes. And I thought that was very nice. It's kind of like skipping the ad.
This was a plot on Seinfeld too. Like,
oh, right.
George isn't at home, so leave a message. What?
Oh my God. I just remembered, but this could be trivia. You know what? Forget it. Since you already messed so Seinfeld, one of his girlfriends was Lauren Graham. And she was on the answering machine episode.
Wow.
Where she wanted to be number one on his answering machine.
Oh, I got to watch that again.
So put that together.
I'm putting that together.
There's trivia outside of our trivia area. All right. So
I know you're cheating. However, back in the day when I would get a message from a boy I liked on my answering machine, yes, I would replay it 1,000 times. That was very true to life in 2000. That is what we did. If a boy you liked called you, especially if he left a psychotically long message and Max's message was far too long, but that's what we had. Yeah. We didn't have texting. Like, that's what you did.
But so now when people call, I'm like, oh, good. It gives me a text of what they said. I don't need to hear this person's message. But his message was endearing. Did you like it? It
was so sweet. And she plays it over 1,000,000 times, which is what she did when a boy you liked.
And then Rory, for some reason, didn't want to puke or wasn't even gagging over it. So that's kind of nice.
Right. Because he's still theoretical.
Right.
Because later
they hadn't met, which answers your question, where has Max Medina been? So I guess they're just so busy they couldn't coordinate.
They're mixing it, yeah. But I didn't see him mentioned in like the last 2 episodes where he wasn't in. It's not even, she's like, I've been trying to make a date with Max and we can't have time. You know, like she doesn't, there's no mention of him at all. And then all of a sudden we cut to this episode and now she's like swooning over answering machine messages, whatever.
See, I like that because why bother? We had some other stories happening from other characters.
I know, not everything is about boys. I know. And I agree. my feminist tale agrees with you. Like, that's true.
Oh, but I'm just thinking, like, if you're not going to bring him up for a reason, we'll catch up when we hear the answering machine. Oh, that's where he was. Like, we don't have to be like, I've been thinking about him. We've been calling each other because there it is.
But I was wondering, I don't know.
Good. You got to watch the next episode.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Then it's Lane is wearing a, she didn't bother to take off the hat. Yeah. I mean, like she's in full,
band uniform
and she's talking about her soulmate whose name is Rich Blumenfeld, which is just a fantastic name.
Of course.
That's great. And, we, the viewer, have not seen who Rich Blumenfeld is yet, but she's describing him and she is talking about his hair and how it's great. Then we decide that Rory is going to spend the night with her grandparents.
Yes, but here's the thing. Did you see, because I'm on the rewatch, right? While Lane was talking about Rich Blumenfeld and not getting Rory's attention, are you already seeing the heartbreak? Because I'm watching Lane's heartbreak this whole episode.
Yes. It is so hard when you have a bestie and one of you gets a boyfriend. It is. And
for me, my best friend is my first love. Like, I think you fall for your best friend. I don't know if other people feel that way. You fall for your best friend like you fall for a love.
Oh, yeah.
They're just everything to you. And then all of a sudden somebody interferes with that in a way that can't be avoided. So, and then the Rocky Road cookies. I tell me if you feel this way. I love the Dean and the cookies for the Dean. I love the song. I usually sing along after.
When they were like Dean and the cookies and the love and I said it while we were watching and I was like, this is why she didn't tell you. Because you will do this kind of shit to make her feel stupid for liking a boy. And that's why teenagers don't tell their parents they're dating someone, because they make up little songs about cookies and love. And it's stupid and it's embarrassing. And you don't want that. So that's why you don't tell them, because then your mom's friend Suki
who
I think has brain damage. It's like something wrong with her. But she's gonna so I've been on both sides of the friend getting the boyfriend. I've been the ignored best friend, and I've been the friend with the new boyfriend, and my best friend is like, why are you ignoring me? And it's a terrible spot. Both sides are terrible spots to be in because you're competing with hormones.
Yeah, and you're also like mismanaging your time in general. So it's like, oh, something shiny's over here, so now you're over there. And it's just but you're just kind of a terrible person. But
it's hard to navigate those kinds of things. And like as adults, I can say to my best friend, I'm getting laid, so I can't hang out with you Thursday. And then my best friend, as an adult, will be like, go and get it. Woo! Right? But as a teenager, you don't have this level of communication, especially if it's your first boyfriend and possibly your first best friend.
Yeah.
So, and your priorities are all skewed.
Yeah,
and like,
I didn't have
so
that
painful.
problem because I really didn't date much in high school.
I had that problem. I got a boyfriend before my friend did. And she claimed I was ignoring her. And I was like, but making out is amazing. Like, and like before I used to talk to her between classes. But now that I had a boyfriend between classes, I would make out.
Oh, he was in your school.
Yeah.
Oh, they both were in your school. Okay.
And so she'd be like, you don't hang out with me anymore. You're too busy making out. And I'm like, it's because making out's kind of the best. And then she got a boyfriend and then we could double date and it was all fine. But there was a few rough months in there.
Oh my God, that's so cool because I ended up going to a different high school than my best friend. And I dated that one guy sort of, kind of, but he lived upstate. So it was like, nothing's really going to get in the way of much.
A long distance boyfriend solves a lot of these problems. Truly.
Yeah, but I'm going to put boyfriend in quotes.
Right.
Because
it was a guy you knew?
Yeah.
He goes to another school. He lives upstate. Was he real or did you make him up?
I hope I made him up.
Oh. I mean, but I also had the experience where I had a best friend and she had a long distance boyfriend and that was fine. And then they broke up and she found a local guy and then she stopped hanging out with me that much.
Oh.
And I felt shafted and I couldn't explain why I was so mad because I don't begrudge her.
Yeah, so I could see Lane being
poor
like,
Lane. I know, it's so hard.
Because it's not even just that Rory, her best friend, has a boyfriend now. It's that she can't really have a boyfriend. Like her mom won't ever let her live this life that she is going to forever watch Rory have.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. That's true too. It's not even like catch up with me and get a boyfriend.
Right.
Yeah, that's an added layer of like, Lane's just getting it from all sides.
Mm-hmm.
Then you asked me what the junior league was.
Yeah, what is that?
So the junior league
Wait, why did you say that?
Because Lorelai says to Emily, she's not a member of the junior league going in, and I don't want her to be a member when she comes home.
Okay.
Right? Something like that.
And what does that mean?
Okay, so the junior league is a very snooty, patooty, like, sorority. It's a sorority,
but high
for
school?
Women. But it's very like pearls and gloves, fancy, and it's like the high society. Like if once you're out of school, so like you leave, Kappa Delta, like you're done with your sorority in school, but you then join the junior league as a young adult to like continue, and I had a person close to me, I won't name her because I do love her very much, but she joined the junior league after college. And she said, I joined this great thing. It's really amazing. You should come to one of our parties. And I was 22 and I was like, I love parties.
Right.
And she said, it's a gala. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, you're hosting galas? That's fun. I'm definitely coming. And then she sent me the invitation and the tickets were $1,200 each.
Wait, that she expected you to pay?
Yes.
No. What'd you do?
I said, I don't have it.
What did she say? Like she didn't expect you to say that?
She said, are you sure? Yes, you do. You have a job. Like she couldn't wrap her head around it.
What do you get at the gala?
I think it's just a fundraiser for the event.
Oh, it's a fundraiser.
So I was horrified that someone roughly my age, within a couple of years of me, was asking me to go to $1,200 a plate parties.
Wow.
When I barely had, she's 22. So that to me is my impression of the junior league. They're wildly out of touch.
Okay.
And
well, out of touch with your life.
With my life.
And I'm
with
pretty
the
sure they're happy about that.
Right. With the working class schmoes who live in the cities. So, I think they're very funny. If you look up pictures of Junior League, if you just Google it, you'll see probably, I'm guessing, and I didn't do this, but like a lot of women in like pastels.
Yeah, because like if you're not clutching your pearls over $1,200 for dinner, you're all right.
Yeah, you're doing fine. It's so anyway. So Rory joining the Junior League is very funny because like she wouldn't, But I think it's funny that the Junior League worked its way into this show. I wrote down, I forget what we cut to, but Lorelai and Luke are walking in the street. And Luke, I forget what he says, but I wrote down Luke is smart and Lorelai is insane.
So he was talking about tradition and how, because he's like, oh, these reenactment guys are out of their mind. And Lorelai's like, oh, it's nice, it's tradition. And he goes on a rant, which he's known for, about tradition. And the end of his rant says, things sucked then too. It just sucked without indoor plumbing.
There we go. That's what I wrote down. Right. Because we
think things were so quaint and everybody knew their neighbors and there was no crime. And he's like,
right.
we're just
none
building.
Of that is true. Everything was always horrible. We just didn't have the internet yet,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's right. And I agree with him that like when people like fantasize that the 50s were amazing, I'm like, no, the 50s were terrible.
Yeah.
And like, if you were anyone besides like a rich white person through most of history, it was pretty bad, for like every era.
Yeah. I think things are getting better. It's just, better is slow and better is nonlinear. And it's just awkward.
And it'll get better in some ways and worse in other ways.
Yeah. And it feels terrible, even though it is getting better. There's like all of this stuff.
Yeah. But there's always backlash to it getting better. Like it doesn't move in a straight line.
But look, we're allowed to talk freely.
We can speak freely and we could even get married.
I'm allowed to go out at night without an escort.
And,
my mom would be horrified, but I'm allowed.
I'm allowed to get a credit card without my husband's permission.
I'm allowed to call the police if my husband beats me.
That's insane. Your husband can't beat you. He owns you.
Well, starting from, I believe it was the 80s or 90s.
I know. This was too recent.
Yeah.
Too recent.
But anyway, let's get back to our snow.
Okay, so then we get to what I think is one of the most painful parts of the episode where Lane has an intrusive thought to touch Rich Blumenfeld's hair. And I've had intrusive thoughts. I find it very difficult if I'm on the subway and I see someone wearing a fur coat, I have to touch it. Like my brain, my whole body, every cell in my body is saying, touch the coat. It's fuzzy.
That's not bad because my intrusive thoughts on the train, they always led with if a cop was on, I'm like, I could undo that and take the gun.
Yes.
Not to take it, just to be like, how quickly would I undo this button, take the gun before he notices?
How hard would it be? I want a practice run. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
No,
someday.
I've had intrusive thoughts too. And
I feel like if I ever know a cop and he like happens to be, or she, see, because it's a new life, happen to be in their uniform, I would ask, can I please practice taking your gun out of your holster? Now, if they let me, I'm going to feel bad about, the town that they're protecting because you shouldn't let me at all.
Don't let me touch your gun. But I hear you. And I've had that one and mine is always touch based. I want to touch a fluffy thing if I see it. This includes people's hair. Don't touch anybody's hair, but don't touch a stranger's hair for the love of Christ. So I really felt for Lane in this scene.
People have touched my hair.
Yeah.
What people do a lot of times is they go, can I touch your hair as they're touching it?
Yeah, as they're touching it.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. I think that stopped ever since, there was a big movement for stop touching people's hair. We had to be told.
Yeah.
So,
but that's a good movement. And that, women's bodies are not just, this didn't happen in the 50s.
No, it did not.
In the 50s, you could just touch a woman's hair and she'd never say anything.
It wasn't her hair.
Yeah. She can't own anything. She's owned by her husband.
They actually would, and I'm not even kidding. Like, you would ask someone's husband if you can participate in something with a woman, including touching her hair, taking her out, spending time. Like, may I speak to her? May I ask her to dance? Like, all this stuff.
Yeah. It's great. We've come a long way, baby. So then she actually, but Lane has not had the years of resisting intrusive thoughts, and she actually touches her hair, and then she does the classic move of just run away. So we don't see this dude's reaction, really, do we? No,
but I do like how much of the reaction they showed us. He looked at her like she was crazy. See, I thought, like, because it's such a nutty thing to do, it's like so out of whack, that I thought maybe they would like smooth it over by not showing us the response, just to having her kind of move away from it. We heard giggling, so people did see it. And we saw that he was like, what the?
Yeah.
So I thought that was enough of a response for us to feel the effect of what she just went through.
Yes.
And the running away, I was like, no, don't run away. You're just making it worse. Like, but I wouldn't have it together enough to come up with something.
Yes.
Because what she could say is, you had a bug in there.
You had
like,
snow on it.
I saved your life just now, whatever.
Yeah.
But I couldn't even come up with that. Like, the first time I saw the scene, I was like, come up with something. And I'm like, wait, I'm a grown adult and I can't come up with something.
Yeah, I would have said I was brushing snow off of it. But like, she couldn't come up with anything. And she was so shocked she did it. Yeah. I think she's dealing with two things, which is so like, cute. Oh my God, I did it. And oh my God, how did I do that? Like, that's horrible.
I love that.
So poor thing, runs away. That was probably that was the low point of the episode for me, where I was like, don't do it.
Yeah. I say don't do it in my head, even though I know it's going to happen.
Oh, it's the
but
worst.
I'm like, does it have to happen again this time around when I watch it? Oh, it looks like it does. Then we get back to that later, but we go to the house in Connecticut.
Yes, we go to the grandparents' house, where we find out two things. These are the two things we found out.
Ooh, yes, please.
One, Emily has had frozen pizza in a Turkish prison, and that Rory has a beeper.
I don't know for what, because like she's usually in the vicinity, but sure. This
is the first we're hearing of this. Rory has a beeper.
I know.
What the hell?
I feel like it's we did learn that. I learned that rich people are completely lost without their staff.
That's not true. Look, I've known, I mean, this is very much exaggerated for TV. I know some very rich, out of touch people. They can feed themselves from the refrigerator.
Okay, because she was looking through, there was stuff in the freezer, and they go, oh, there's absolutely nothing.
Yes.
They find this frozen pizza. Emily actually says, how in the world did this get there? It's something that you would eat at a carnival or a Turkish prison. I love that. And I hope they're watching it in a Turkish prison.
No, I've worked for some extraordinarily rich people, and they have frozen pizzas in their freezer, and they have bought them and they will eat them. And it is not insane. This is a universally loved food. Rich people, poor people, everybody loves pizza. I think this is so exaggerated. Not that I'm defending the uber rich, because like they need to be taken down a peg. But I am defending the ability to feed yourself, even though you have a staff. That's insane.
Okay, so it does seem like it went with them. Like I guess they're really good actors, but it made me finish the story of like, oh, they never eat pizza unless they're in Italy for
But like, I just cannot fathom that the over the top way that Emily treats eating a slice of pizza made me so angry. Because I'm like,
we were just talking about this in the last episode, the fork and knife.
Fork and knife for pizza. And like, unless dire circumstances call for it, you eat pizza with your hands. Dire circumstances is if it's too drippy, too big,
or you're too
sloppy,
snooty.
Or you're too snooty. So, I mean, there was a big thing when the mayor of New York ate pizza with a knife and fork. Remember when de Blasio ate pizza with a knife and fork?
People
lost
wrong.
their shit. Yeah, he was wrong. He lost my vote that day.
That was top news that day. And I was like, well, what are you doing? Why don't you take out your token? Like, I don't know. I was like, what? You needed to be briefed on this? Like, you're not just in New York, you're in New York City.
Right. Right.
And wasn't he eating like a plain slice?
I don't know what he was doing. I don't
Get
think
your hands dirty.
it's fine. And I mean, and if you don't want your hands dirty, you hold the plate around the pizza. I've done this too.
Duh.
I've done that, especially if it's like
Right.
super greasy or drippy. You get the little napkins, you hold it. It's like eating a hot dog. Like I will eat a hot dog. A hot dog is a handheld food unless dire circumstances, like an insane amount of chili or some bullshit where they've.
Yeah, it's like a sandwich, a burger. Like these are the French fries.
I've
These
switched to
are
eating
all...
burgers with a knife and fork though because they're too tall
Okay,
now.
I have to hang up now.
No, I will defend this because they're too tall, and I don't want grease on my face.
Oh, I go in on it. Like you, but no matter how big a burger is, I don't like being in public with it because it's all down my hand.
Yeah, I can't do
I
the
don't
down
know.
the hand. It's too messy. It's too messy. And then finally one day I was like, I got nothing to prove, and I got out a fork and knife, and I haven't been back.
Oh,
I mean, unless it's like a squish burger, like a flat burger, but like a fancy burger or like a puffed up burger. It's a knife
see,
and fork.
that's the mistake of the chef. Like, make it so that I can hold it in my hand and eat it.
This is why I like paninis, because they're still flat enough for me to eat them. You don't get food all over your face when you're eating a nice squished panini. Just saying.
Well, Emily does warm up when the Parmesan is put on her slice. Suddenly her life changes. Everything warms up in the room. People forget that it's snowing. They forget that they're snowed in, that they don't have a chef. They don't have anything helping them. And Rory brings out the picture book.
Picture book.
It's not a picture book. What do you call it? You guys
Photo
get it.
album.
A photo album.
A picture book.
One of them picture books.
One of them picture books with the pictures. Yeah, she brings out the photo album, and there's pictures of young Lorelai with what's his name? Mike? Chris.
But first there was baby Lorelai, and I believe Emily said there are 12 petticoats underneath that. Child abuse, yes?
Yeah.
Come on.
That's definitely abuse.
Stop it. All right. So, but I love the warmness in the room.
Yes.
I love how, they're reminiscing. Then they see Emily in her wedding dress, and she says it's still somewhere, and she said, I'll save it for you if you want. Now, this is a 16-year-old, and I believe people start very young talking, especially to girls at the time, about like, who are you going to marry? Who are you going to marry? And then also if you get like a boy and a girl in a room, like, oh, they're going to get married. Like, and at Rory's age, people in my family were concerned. They were like, you don't even have a prospect. Like, they're starting to get worried about me. How are you going to get married soon? Like, I heard about marriage my entire life. I always felt behind. I always felt like I was letting people down. Then this is what you guys are doing, by the way, when you're doing that. When I did start to date, I was giving people too much of a pass because I'm like, I could tolerate that.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get to that wedding date.
Yep.
Luckily I let go of that, but maybe not enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You were too willing to
divorced.
accept bad behavior because you were so stressed about getting married. Oh,
yeah. I can negotiate with that. I can live with that. I can, you just kind of like go, okay, it's not ideal. You're supposed to compromise. Like all of these things lead to everyone will relax once I get this done, and maybe I will too. And what a terrible thing to do. So anyway, I like that Mr. Richard Gilmore was like, hey, she doesn't have to think about that yet.
yeah.
But meanwhile, that is what they were telling Lorelai to do since she was pregnant.
Yep.
Like that was disappointing. We heard in the first episode, I believe, like people who are pregnant, they get married, and it's like it wouldn't be that crazy if their 16-year-old were getting married, as long as like she's not pregnant and unwed. That's like next level. Terrible.
Right. That would
so
be
all of that
blight.
is such a weight, but they're still keeping in good happy feelings. And then they get to
the coming out party photo dress.
So I think I learned about coming out parties through Gilmore Girls. I had never heard of that. Yeah.
It's a Southern thing. I feel like it's a Southern thing, and it's like a wealthy Southern thing.
But I didn't understand, like, you're presenting your young lady to society, meaning she's ready to date for marriage, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So like she hasn't been seen. Don't look at her. She's coming out now. We have this young lady available for the young men on your side, right?
Yes. So you may now court her. She's now available to be courted is the general idea, but it's also become like sort of a like a slightly older Sweet 16. The way I understand it, it's like.
But it wasn't older at the time. You can come out as old as 16. You can come out before
so it's
that.
like it's basically a Sweet 16, but with the, I don't know, the overtone of like now you're a woman and a woman can be courted and like swooned to marry.
But listen, who am I to talk? I was raised Jewish, so at 12 I'm a woman. Right. So of course they were worried for me by 16. Like, we already had you read the Torah. Let's go.
Right, right.
You're already menstruating. I'm like, well, you didn't have to tell the whole town, but okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes, my family, half is from Iran, and for them, and I don't know if this still exists, but it might, as soon as you have your period, you're like, you are a woman. You're ready to go.
That's it.
That's not a joke, folks. You know, I'm very happy to be here in America.
The day before your first period, you're a child, and the day after your first period, you are a woman. It happens on a dime like that.
It's nutty.
Everyone will treat you like a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did I write here?
I thought that was a really good scene, though. I really like the writing in that scene because everyone is coming at it from a different angle. Mm-hmm. Rory is just fascinated by seeing pictures of her young mother, which is how you are, you know, how it is fun to see pictures of your parents before you.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, she had a coming out party. And then the dad says, no, she didn't. But nobody says what they're saying.
No, because you don't talk about that. And we learned earlier, as soon as you have an emotion, you're getting too vulnerable.
Yeah, but I also think they don't want Rory to feel bad about it.
You are so sweet sometimes. No.
No, I think they didn't want to say, like, she was going to have a coming out party, but she got pregnant with you.
Yeah, why do you think they didn't want to say that? Because they're sparing the kids' feelings? They're sparing their own feelings. They're still so angry and so not over it and so grossed out by their daughter that they dispersed. They were like,
time to go into the living room. This is presumably Lorelai's photo album, not her parents'.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I think it was because I don't think they would have saved that photo, is what I'm saying.
Well, I think that photo went in and then she didn't go to the.
Maybe.
But it's like you said before, why was her picture of her broken leg on the table for her mom to look at?
Because we needed it to be found.
Yeah. But I don't think young people were putting together a photo album. That was always that was mom's thing.
I still got them. I'll show them to you. I got photo albums from my.
I would like to see that.
I got them literally in this room right now.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll have to hang.
I'll show you photos of me
cool.
from then in my coming out party. Okay. We have so much of the episode to go, though. Okay. Then Max and Lorelai are seeing a spooky movie. I was afraid that Lorelai was going to take Max to Luke's diner like an idiot. She does not do that. I was like, oh, because there's one place to eat in town. Right. And like Luke clearly has a thing for her. They have their first kiss in front of a spooky movie, which is way better than aisle 3.
Okay, now I have a question about the spooky movie because Lorelai kept turning to Max and going, are you scared yet? Are you scared yet? Him going, you know, you're kind of annoying. I was like, he means it 100%. I don't think he likes her personality. I just think he's enamored with how pretty she is.
Yeah.
Because he hated that. And there was somebody on the Reddit thread asking, who would you rather go see a movie with, Rory or Lorelai? And I think Lorelai would be more chatty, and I love chatting through movies. You have to pause if you're not. You have to either time it in between the
establishing
dialogue.
footage. That's what I always say. I yell at my friends. I'm like, talk during establishing footage, not during dialogue.
Right. Yes. It's very important. Or
These are
I will
rules.
look at you funny and you will have to pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Lorelai would be super annoying to see a movie with, but also they're not really there to see the movie.
No, but they didn't make out, did they?
Yeah, they smooched in the movie theater.
Oh, in the movie theater. Oh, okay.
And he kissed her to shut her up because she was being super annoying.
See, I don't think he likes her, but okay. But that was their warmest interaction. It was a lovely date. So I thought that was really nice.
I still think those two actors have zero chemistry. I think they're really trying. I think they're both giving it their college best, but like it's not. I don't see it.
Well, then we cut to the reenactment again. And Luke is like, look at these lunatics. But what does he come out with?
Here's my question. He comes out with 45 coffees. Why wouldn't you bring out hot chocolate?
Oh, I didn't really think of that. I always think like people assume adults like coffee.
But
and
not
I didn't
at midnight.
Like coffee.
Not in the nighttime. At 10 p.m., I don't assume everyone drinks coffee. You're one of the psychos who drinks coffee late in the day. Yeah. I'm a normal person who stops drinking coffee at a certain point so that I can sleep. Right. And if I'm going to have like a warm drink, warm up on a frosty night, it's going to be hot chocolate.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long they were planning on being there. Maybe it was an all night thing because they're reenacting how they were in there all night.
Right.
So I don't know. But then he took orders. I just think it's interesting when people are like, herb tea, okay, hot chocolate. I'm like, oh, would I have the balls to be like, no, I want this particular thing? But Luke was taking it really well. I also think, and this is such a stupid point, but herbal tea, which herb? But okay, whatever.
Tell me.
Whatever.
He just meant non-caffeinated. I know, herbal tea.
Right.
It's like like when you go into a bar and you order a beer. And you're like, I'll take a beer. And like, I had a friend say that to me. Like, I was like, all right, first round's on me. What are you having? And he's like, I'll take a beer. And I was like, I'm just going to order a beer and see what happens. Like, God damn it. You've seen movies. What?
Did you actually order? Oh, okay.
No, I demanded he narrow it down. And then he named a beer that I'd never heard of and wouldn't remember the name of. He's like, I'll take a Dusselfleisch and flops. And I couldn't remember that word when I finally got to the bar. So I'm like, a beer. It's a Dusselflurpeflur. And like the bartender was like, you're an idiot. And I was like, why did he order a beer? Get a vodka tonic. Be a normal person.
Well, Luke was also very, very warm to these guys after he was the one who was going nuts about it. And
Luke is a show don't tell. Luke is my actions speak louder than my words. He will get you balloons and cake for your birthday, but he's going to be snarky verbally. But then his actions show that he's actually a caring person.
And
he's a New Yorker.
Oh, I never thought of it that way.
He should move to New York where we will actually get up and give you our seat, but we're not going to be nice about it.
That's funny. See, I thought he was even nice about like, he understands that they have so much pride. They're not going to take the coffee. So he said, my father would have taken the coffee, like to convince him that they're still good people and good reenactors. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's so sweet. And also, this is a depiction back in the day. This is 25 years ago. This is a depiction of a good guy. They cannot share their feelings. They will look forward when they're talking to another dude, like, so they're not, accidentally going to kiss or something. I don't know. It was very strange. Yeah. You were very grisly about everything and then warm inside. And that is the depiction of the nicest guy in town. And it was.
Exactly. The most caring guy in town.
And I think it's hard for guys, and guys could tell me what they think about that, but like growing up that way, that you're not even allowed to, even if it's inside of you to be warm, you still have to grizzly it up. So I think, both sides, all sides get it. And I think it's nice that we're teaching people in general, you can
that it's okay to like,
be
caring. I know the first time I heard a guy describe something as snuggly, I was like, what? Men know what snuggly is?
I know. The first time I met like a halfway, like sort of sweet, like talking like just not being a grizzly bear on the outside, but still I wasn't like, oh, you're just like too soft. I was like, what is this like
normal
thing
human
that's allowed to happen? I was like, wow, do they make guys like this? And they do.
They do.
And I think we should.
Men like kittens. I had a boyfriend who eventually admitted that the kittens were really cute. And I was like, oh, you're a big softie. And he was like...
And I know that the generation after us is going to be like, what are you guys saying? And I'm glad you're saying that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're saying that. Because if you believe that we're going too far into male-female roles, just understand that was just the role that was handed to us that we had to like fight our way out of. But this is what we were asked to do. So I'm really glad that that's breaking.
Yeah. Max would have been considered gay because he hasn't chopped any wood yet, you know?
And poetry, I mean.
Yeah, and he likes poetry. Forget it. He's gay. Chop some wood.
Yeah, and gay was not good. I don't know if you guys know
Oh, yeah.
this.
No, gay was an insult. Sorry.
It was like.
That was not clear. Yeah.
Why would you do that? Yeah.
Okay. Then the best part of the episode is when Max finally gets back to Lorelai's house. And she's like, I don't know if I should let you in. Yum, 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 yum. Eventually, she lets him in. That was super annoying.
See, but I thought her sharing that was really reasonable because she's like, oh, wow, I've never done this before. And he's like, eventually you'll let a guy in. I'm just volunteering to be the one. I don't know. I'm so sorry to the Max fans. All of these lines, I'm just like,
it was such a line.
You're just volunteering to be the first one. Like, how is that even like nice? I thought it was very reasonable. Oh, I never had a man in this house. This house has my daughter vibes in them. So
but she
for
could
me to
have
switch,
all of that thinking could have been done inside her head while they're not standing in the freezing cold.
I don't think so. I think
because a man is in your house doesn't mean you have to have sex with him. You can say, I had a great night. You can go now. Like, I don't see this.
Yeah, but if somebody's trying to get into your pants, the vulnerability can be out loud. The vulnerability can be like, hey, here's my hesitation. I don't know how to make this decision fast enough. And he's like, I'm just coming in for coffee. And since she's a grown adult, she knows, no, you're not. No, I'm not. Like, we're trying to decide if we're going to have sex here.
Right.
Let's be real. Come on. So, and yes, we can go in and just have coffee, which is what we're going to tell ourselves. But like, in reality, I need a moment to get over this thing that just happened to me on the way to the house. And I think if you're going to want to sleep with me.
Alcohol is not a factor in this world. Stars Hollow does not have a single drop of alcohol in it.
It doesn't.
Ever, except at the grandparents' house. Oh, that's not in Stars Hollow. That's
no, it's not.
In Hartford. But yeah, so the entire world revolves around coffee after 10 p.m., which is insane. I thought Max was a little slimy to get in, but I see his point where he's like, what are you doing? Your daughter's 16 and she's not here. You know?
Yeah, but to me, it's like a change in my own mind about this house that has been this for me.
I don't know. She should think about it faster. They're standing in the cold. He walked her to the door.
Okay, I need to know what other people think about this because I was on Lorelai's side on this one.
I mean, I'm on her side.
It was a moment. It was a moment for her to think out loud. For the guy who's pursuing her, maybe you should know what I'm trying to decipher.
What are his options? What is he going to say?
Just hold on a second while I think about it out loud with you.
If she says, I can't let you in, he's like, I'm going to get a hotel or I'm going to go sleep in my car.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So from his perspective, he's like, this is perfect. That. Okay. He doesn't have anywhere else to go, which is fine.
But you could still pause.
I have thrown men out of my house when they claim they had nowhere to go. If I don't want you here, you leave, right?
Sure.
I have personally done that.
Yes.
And like, I don't have any qualms about it. I'm sorry that you didn't decide your bedding situation, but you're not sleeping here.
Right.
Because I'm the worst, right?
Okay. I mean, yes, that's about that. But like her deciding that out loud, first of all, was probably for us, the audience. But second, it could be for him also because he should know about her intimate thoughts like that if they're about to consider intimacy.
Yes.
Am I being too much of a prude?
That's something you can still talk over coffee.
Come on. Once he's inside, come on.
I mean,
no, you're right. You can, there's something there, but yeah.
I feel like it's a rushed decision and he does some smooth talking to get in there. They do eventually start making out, which as I mentioned is fantastic. Mm-hmm. Then they start groping, going to the stairs, and I got all excited. I was like, get some! What's going on? I hope we see some. And I was like,
this was on the WB network.
Yeah, and you're reminding me that this was network television. And I was like, did we allow nipples in the 2000s? I don't remember.
I think this is very hot and heavy for the WB in this year.
there's like hands holding the hair. You know,
she's holding the wall.
The wall, the molding on the door. It's so hot. And I'm ready for some hardcore XXX penetrative anal sex.
Is that what you call dry humping?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and then as they start moving up the stairs, what did I say out loud? I was like, in my head, I was like, these two people are not going to have sex tonight. Absolutely not. And I thought what the cock block was going to be was that she would see a photo of Rory and remember that she's a mom and she can't do that to her baby. And I said that to you. And I was like, what is she going to see a photo? And then she's going to be like, I can't do this to my daughter. But I was like, they're not doing it. We're not having sex tonight. And then the cock block that I did not see coming.
A live photo.
Fucking Lane is there. What? Did we know she was in the house?
She was there earlier when she called Rory.
When she paged Rory. She was in the house. We knew that, the audience?
We did, yeah.
I did not clock that she was already in the house. I didn't.
I think they said it in I think because when you beep someone, you're giving them a phone number. Oh, she has to call her own phone. She picks it up and Rory's there. Okay. Yeah.
So that went over my head. I didn't realize she was already in the home, but she's still in the house when her mom gets home. Lane cock blocks and then needs to talk to Lorelai.
Well, she wasn't going to. So what happened was Lane goes into Rory's room thinking like whatever happens outside of this room is none of my business. But she turns on the cure and Lorelai goes, oh, the cure. I have to go talk to this kid, right? Because this is an indication.
Right.
So she walks in. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for Rory to come back. She lets her know she's stuck at her grandma's house. And she's like, oh, I'll leave. And this is, okay, if you're lucky enough to have an outside adult.
Yes, a trusted adult that is not your parents. Yes.
I think like if you're lucky enough to have that, your life is different and more manageable because even though, listen, parents, you could be the best parents. It is good to have a teenager have access to an adult that's not you, who is reasonable and who can tolerate this, because Lane's mom would not be able to tolerate her touching a boy. She would have a heart attack like this. It would be
there'd
too
be a
much.
million, right? There'd be a million ways you couldn't talk to Lane's mom about this. Yeah,
I think she would
agree.
Actually take her
I
out
think
of
it's very
school.
important for teenagers, kids to have a non-parent adult in their lives.
And you're
I
lucky
try to
if
be
you have
that for my friends' kids.
That's cool.
Like you can talk to Aunt Carrie.
Yeah. My brothers have said, like, I hope that, because we're always like trying to connect. I babysit them sometimes, like on both sides, both my brothers. And I think some of the hope is that they connect with me enough that when they get, kind of sick of their parents for a minute, they will have this other adult. They
Yes,
also have
you need
uncles, so it's like good.
But you're still family though. That can be tricky.
True.
But you're not in their face about the familyness of it, I would imagine. Right?
No, and I am like different than their
right, because you're not like you have to respect me because I'm your aunt. You're like you don't have to respect me, but you should want to respect me because respect is awesome.
Yeah, and also I'm not expecting it because it's you never know who the kids are going to connect with, and
right, and you don't automatically have to respect someone who's in your family.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
I do love that Lane has that relationship with Lorelai.
Yeah.
Because she needs it for one, but also read the room, go home, go home,
yeah,
Lane.
But you're a teenager.
You are cock blocking. Max is going to whack off on the couch. He already came in his pants. It's so awkward. Go home, Lane.
I didn't consider that. I guess like as a teenager, if the adult says like, no, stay here and you're feeling warmer in that house, you're not going to make the selfless decision to go out into the snow to your mom's house, who you can't even like bring that vibe into that house.
Is Lane's mom not like, no, come home now? Or Lane's mom was just like, it's fine to stay there?
Lorelai's house is one of
a second home.
It's one of the few places that Mrs. Kim allows outside of the Korean
but
atmosphere. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Lane stays and they somehow come to an arrangement that he's going to sleep on the couch.
I don't like this arrangement. One of them needed to be kicked out. I also thought like how about bringing him up to the room? Because it's like, that's the room where a child doesn't walk into a grown adult and the grown adult doesn't have access to the child on the same floor. Like, you bring him up to your room so that these kids, these people don't interact. Is that a dog over there?
Did you hear that?
I did, yeah.
That's my neighbor's dog.
Yeah. So I just thought that was unusual. And if Mrs. Kim ever found out that there was a grown man on the same floor as the daughter.
Yeah.
And plus, this horror of all horrors, I don't care how early Rory came back home, you get that man out of her house before she comes. Also, it was such a good point when Rory was like, I have things in the bathroom that I don't need my teacher to see. Like, before people come over to your house, you kind of make it other peopleable.
Yeah. You're expecting company, so you gotta like do that. I know that was very, very, very painful. Also, Max does not wake up when he's sleeping in a strange location and people are talking over him.
At him. There are people who can sleep through stuff like that.
Not me. I wake up. If I'm sleeping in a strange place and people are talking over my head, I would probably wake up.
Not just that. Does your consciousness at all understand that you are in a child's home, that you are their teacher?
No,
There's another child. There's a mom. Like,
I cannot believe that they didn't go upstairs and have sex quietly. Or like I said to you after we watched it, you can finger each other in the bathtub. Because the bathtub does not squeak. The bathtub is solid. There's no squeaky bed. Just have sex in the bathtub and everyone's fine.
I wish we were titling our episode. When you say stuff like that, I'm like, oh, we should title our episodes not Gilmore Girls related, and this one would be fingering in the bathtub.
Fingering in the bathtub. People would expect a very different podcast.
The bathtub doesn't squeak.
Bathtub don't squeak. That's a solid thing.
Point. Yeah.
You go make out in the bathtub. It's easy. Lane's virginity will be protected. And like, this poor man doesn't have to, he can blow his load. Lorelai can get laid. Everybody wins.
But
why is he on the couch? Why is he on the couch?
Yeah, why is he on the couch?
Why is he on the couch?
You can also just like make out with each other and fall asleep, or like, how loud do you need to be? Because like,
or
sure,
like,
loud
but also,
sex, great,
have you ever been really into someone and made out with them all night and not had sex as an adult? It's freaking amazing. It's fantastic. Yeah. You just talk all night. I love that.
It's very rare as an adult because everyone knows what you're there for. But it is really nice to make
where
out.
I'm like, look, I'm on my period, but I do want to hang out with you more. Do you want to do waist up stuff? I mean, it's, you got to be upfront about it. Be like, nothing below the waist, but like, I do want to spend more time with you. Come over. We'll hang out. We'll make out. Am I talking about? Dating me is awesome. Everyone should want to do it. But I think you get to know someone so much better when you're not immediately jumping into bed. If you want to do that, if you want to go that way, I don't know why that dude ended up on the couch.
I don't like the couch no matter what. I don't like it.
And I don't know why Lorelai didn't set an alarm or that she didn't have a phone call from her mom.
She's terrible with alarms.
It's bad. She doesn't know.
Not knowing alarms has been the bane of her existence for multiple episodes.
Time management issues. She's time blindness. It's bad. Then the biggest plot hole I saw in this whole episode is that when Rory comes home, someone has made coffee.
Who made from the night before?
No, the red light was on.
Oh.
The red light was on. And they start drinking it immediately. It's hot.
Oh.
Someone made coffee. The only person who could have done it is Lane. Does she have the presence of mind to like wake up early and like brew a pot of coffee and see a strange man on the couch?
I mean, if anyone does, it's Lane. I don't know. I never noticed that. You're right.
Big plot hole. I want to hear from people. Who made that coffee? Did a ghost do it?
It's the snow. It's that magical.
It's the magical snow.
Yeah.
This episode's running long. Do you have trivia for me?
I do. Let's get into trivia.
Okay.
Season 1, episode 8. It's called Love and War and Snow. So I was just going to say, what's the war part with the reenactors? This original air date was Thursday, November 30th, 2000. My question is, what was a major challenge of filming Snowy Stars Hollow scenes?
That fake snow is a biohazard?
Well, so of course the snow is fake, yeah, but to make it look real, they had to wear layers of clothing.
And it gets really hot.
They were filming in Burbank, California.
Ugh.
So the cast had to wear all of this stuff, and they're often like actually sweating, pretending to be freezing. And then in an interview with Melissa McCarthy, who we know here as Snooki, she confirmed that while they were taking photos for one of the show's posters in season 1, someone passed out because they were too warm.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snow
That's
sucks.
a tough one to pretend that you're cold when it's like that sweaty. And
I walked by a set in New York that was filming in the summer, and they were dressed up like it was winter. And I felt so bad for them because like all the cast and crew is in t-shirts and shorts, you know, and all the actors are pretending it's freezing, and it just looked painful.
And you have to, somehow you're not sweating just on the inside. Like they have to wipe
That's awful.
That's some good acting though, because I didn't feel that from anybody. So good on you. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Also about the snow, since it's such a snow heavy episode. What visual trick did the cinematographer use to make the snow feel more real on camera? So I have like a few tricks here that I put together about the snow.
Like the falling snow or the dusted snow on the ground?
I have it all. Here we go. Shooting at lower frame rates and adjusting lighting to catch flakes drifting in front of the darker grounds. So they did that. Also, the production used snow blankets to cover lawns and rooftops across the entire back lot. And so this way it carefully matches between shots. And to give the snow sparkle, I thought this was interesting. They used shredded plastic and paper pulp, which actually stuck to the costume and hairs long after filming. So you can have like snowflakes.
That's the biohazard part. It's totally toxic.
So we had foam cups. We had
We didn't know any better. We thought it was great. Yeah, I mean, the snow is pretty inconsistent in the show, where like one scene it's falling on and it's landing on people's hair, and then in the cross shot it's not there anymore, and you're like, that's because it's fake snow, and like
that's got to be so hard to shoot.
It's so hard.
Yeah,
it's just so hard, which is why they don't do it, you know. And
but like she smells snow. That means
she smells snow, and if you're shooting in real snow, you have the opposite problem where it's melting. And the lighting is different, and like,
and the snow is different because it's doing things. But yeah. Okay, now this is not a snow related question. This is a question that you had during the show. How many people live in Stars Hollow?
Yes. Oh, I get to find out?
Yeah. So guess first.
20,000.
Okay. Any other guesses?
1,000.
Right in between. The population of Stars Hollow is 9,973.
9,973?
Yeah. Now, if I'm wrong, if there are Gilmore Girls fans who somehow calculated this better than me or found a better number, please let us know. Let me know if I'm wrong about any of this trivia. I do the research. I do look it up. I try to find...
that number is too small. I think I can fit 9,000 people in my apartment.
In New York? No.
In my 400 square foot apartment. That's an insanely small number of people. That's too small.
It is a very small town, though.
Well, yeah. As for predictions, I want to see Max out of there. I don't see these two making it.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't like
How long do you think he's going to last?
I mean, based on the implication I'm getting from you and that.
No, not from me. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you did. You said there are Max fans, which means that he's got to last a little bit longer. He lasts long enough to get fans.
He's like 3 episodes in already.
Yeah. So there's Max fans. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he's leaving anytime soon. I think he's around long enough to get fans. I hope I start seeing more of a personality from him and he's not so kind of icky. I don't know. But maybe it's going to come to a head and Luke is going to like fight him.
Physically or?
Maybe physically. Maybe he'll take the axe that he's chopping wood. Sorry, Luke won me over with bringing ice to a party. If you recall a couple of episodes ago. Bringing ice to a party makes me fall in love with you.
In the episode you call the thaw. Or was that episode?
Yes.
I'm losing track. But yeah.
Yes. This one was called the cock block. Because Lane is a terrible, terrible person.
Oh.
But I did enjoy the episode. I'm really upset that Lorelai did not get laid. She clearly needs to. She's very highly strung.
It's all the coffee.
It's all the coffee. I'm giving, what did I give last night's? Oh, I gave it like an 8. Okay, I'm giving this episode like a 7.8.
Okay.
My rating system is completely bonkers, by the way.
I like that. I appreciate that about you.
Okay. Yeah. No. I know that I didn't hate it. I did hate some elements of it. I think Lorelai should have had sex.
Okay, there you have it, everybody. All of our thoughts on gender and how it used to be. And
but she's in control. It's not like she's being coerced. You know what I mean? Like she should get some.
Yeah. Oh, well, what do you think of mom bringing anybody home? Like, did you have to deal with that?
I've come into my mom with a man and I thought it was awesome.
Okay. How old were you?
In high school. So
Okay.
Rory's age. I walked in, but he wasn't my teacher. I'll give it that. And it had been a while for my mom. And I was in high school enough to know that she missed the company of a gentleman. So when I came home and mom was with a dude, I was like, well, I'm going upstairs, you freaks. And I would leave them alone.
All right. Did she give you like a heads up? Did you know she was dating anyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
She would say, I'm going out tonight with a guy. And
With
then
the
if I
guy's
waited up
name?
long enough, I could wait up long enough to see how it went. Or I'd sometimes go to bed.
Did you see your mom make out?
Yeah. And then I
Shut
caught them
up.
once. Mom's going to kill me for telling this story. But I caught them making out when I came down. We only had one bathroom. This was brutal, but I had to pass them to go to the bathroom. So I walked in on them making out and mom said, the guy had just taken the last sip of scotch and I didn't want him to take the last sip of scotch. I wanted to know what it tasted like. So the only way was for him to pass it to me with our mouths open.
What?
And I was like, oh, you're just passing scotch back and forth. You're not making out. And they both went, no, of course not. Of course not. It was very funny. Like this was a funny thing that they were pretending they weren't kissing. They were just tasting the scotch. And I was like as if I was the parent and I had caught them. You get why this was funny. This was very funny.
I think I love this relationship. I have never seen, my mom and dad have been together over 50 years. I've never seen them make out. So
have you seen them passing scotch between their mouths?
Oh,
because a lot of times they pretend they're doing that when they're really making out.
Oh.
That's how parents are. So technically I didn't catch my mom making out.
Well, now I want this episode to be called Pass the Scotch.
Pass the scotch in my mouth. She's gonna get so mad at me if it. It was funny though. Like
Mom.
it was lighthearted. I was not traumatized. I was like, oh, you guys are great. Like I was like catching the teenagers.
Yeah, and I get that. Everyone feels vulnerable when you catch them making out. So whatever.
Yeah.
Go mom. Go mom.
Go mom.
All right. Let us know what you think about this. Go to GilmoreFriends.com because you'll see stuff. And we want you to see that stuff. Can you guys interact with things? Like, click like buttons and comment and
click
stuff.
like buttons and subscribe buttons and stuff.
Share it and things.
And donate money buttons.
Ooh. Thank you so much. We did it.
We did it. Have a great night.
High five.